Hey, what's up, technology lovers? How are you? Welcome to a new video on the channel where we bring you something very special. For all those home theater lovers who are looking for an affordable projector with decent quality, we're talking about the Infi Venus V1, which features full high-definition projection, a screen of up to 200 inches, and costs just over 100 euros. It features Android 13, Wi-Fi 6 and more, which we'll explore in this video. And in addition, it has a design with a tiltable base and a handle for easy transport, which makes it quite comfortable and very versatile. Let's see what it's capable of, so get comfortable and join me here on Tech Ground. Infi is a relatively new brand in the world of projectors, but it has started to stand out with models like this Venus Vuno, also known as Q8, betting on a good balance between price, design and functionality. If you like this kind of content and want to support the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Your support really helps us keep growing, and now let's get to what we like, the unboxing, to see what's inside. Inside the simple small white box, on the front we find the brand name, the model, an image of the device, and below we can see that it comes with Android 13, Netflix, YouTube, and Prime. Left side of the box with basic information about the device, right side with contact information and some notices. And when we open the top lid, we also see on the inside flap that it comes with wireless mirroring handle, gimbal design, Wi-Fi 6 and electric focus. We open the little flap and find a box on the right side where the multilingual user manual will be. A 1.5 meter power cable, a cleaning cloth, a remote control with rubber buttons. It requires two AAA batteries that are not included. And of course, right next to it, the Venus Uno projector, well protected with foam and wrapped in plastic. Well, we already have this Venus Uno out of its box. Have you seen that it has pretty decent packaging for the price, considering it's an affordable product? And the first thing I want to mention is the size, since it measures 25 centimeters tall, 20.5 centimeters wide, and 8 centimeters thick at its widest part down at the base. It weighs a total of 8.47 ounces, due to being constructed with plastic materials throughout the entire device. It comes with a matte gray finish all around the projector, except for the front part, where the lens is located. It's true that it has a circle around it with a glossy black finish, and on the top of the projector itself, we also see a plastic circle emulating that. A starry night. That's what gives it that different, futuristic and also attractive touch. As you can see, it's built in two parts, in two modules. On one hand, the projector, and on the other hand, this stand. As I said, it can be tilted up to 270 degrees. This makes it very comfortable for projecting on the ceiling, on walls, or even on the floor, and very ergonomic when it comes to carrying it. Because as you can see, this gimbal will give us a handle to use. Its lightweight design allows you to set it down anywhere without worrying about tipping. Regarding the design, in the stand at the bottom front, we see the brand name. On the back of the stand, we see the power input, which comes with the transformer included inside the chassis. This means we can eliminate a section of the power cable, unlike other projectors where we need a separate transformer. And that's a very positive point. And on the side, there's a power on and off button. Just by the sound, you can already tell it's not a premium quality material, but it's okay. It's really nice that we have a little button here which will be red when it's on standby and white when we turn it on. As for the front part of the projector, we have, as I mentioned, this glossy black finish on the front. The lens which we'll use when we focus, okay? Since it comes with a focus that has to be manual, it's electronic but manual, it will make the lens tube move forward and backward, so you can measure the focus that way and make the adjustment. On top, we find the sensor that will measure the screen or the wall and make the automatic adjustment. That's right, trapezoidal for Kingston. And we don't have to adjust it ourselves automatically. The truth is that it responds very, very quickly, that's for sure. And if we go to the back, well, here we have some stripes. On the right side, we find the heat dissipation part, which is very good, as it's set apart from the connections on the stick, preventing them from getting hot. And on the connection module, from left to right, we see the infrared sensor for the remote, the HDMI input, a USB Type-A input, and a mini jack input, 3.5, through which we can connect another audio device as an auxiliary, or even some headphones or earphones if we want to listen to the audio more closely. Alright. And finally, at the bottom, we find this series of circular cutouts where we have the main 3W speaker, which is the only speaker it has. We'll show you tests later. And finally, of course, at the base, these two non-slip bands that are made of rubber. Okay, just so we get an idea, and the 1/4" screw. In case we want to put it on a tripod or hang it from the ceiling, well, it's really nice that it comes with at least that, so we can place it on a base at any time. A tripod, like I mentioned, okay? And of course, the remote control, also made of plastic, a remote of very light quality. You can tell it's low quality plastic, but at least it comes with its remote, which has rubber buttons. And we have the following buttons: power, home, source, menu, the wheel to navigate through the menus, the OK button, volume up and down with the mute button in the center, focus plus, focus minus to adjust the focus manually, and the back button. And a little button that I've seen on few devices, which is the mouse button, which we can activate and deactivate in the menu. I tried it and it didn't work, but I suppose that when we're browsing the web, it will give us the mouse. To be able to click, it needs AAA batteries. In this case 2, like all remotes that don't come included, it's a mechanism that works with infrared. We don't have Bluetooth, we don't have any microphone to talk to it and say, play YouTube. But well, a remote that's sufficient and necessary to be able to control this Venus V1 from Infi. Now let's get to the point. With the features, I'll tell you the main ones so you can know how it's integrated inside. And it has a native full high definition resolution at 1080. It has 500 American National Standards Institute lumens of brightness, which makes it enough to watch properly in the dark. A contrast ratio of 1,000,000 to 1. The manufacturer states a maximum 200-inch projection using liquid crystal display technology. It also features reflective projection to reduce eye strain, which is super important for taking care of our eyes. It comes with Android 13 pre-installed, which will allow us to download all kinds of apps from the Play Store. It also comes pre-installed with YouTube, Prime Video, and of course Netflix. And it features Wi-Fi 6 connectivity and Bluetooth 5.2. And also in the USB Type-A port, we can connect a stick or a Fire television to be able to stream from our platforms however we want and power it directly from the USB. Honestly, that's top-notch. And of course, I can't forget about mirroring, which will let us project the screen of our phone or tablet directly onto the projector. And that way we can see and view our phone on a big screen. And that way we can share without needing to be on any platform. It is true that I've seen some bugs and occasional errors with iPhone, but with Android I haven't had any problems, except for the delay and the fact that it takes a while to connect. But honestly, it looks pretty good. And it does what it needs to do, which is that mirroring to be able to project our phone, our tablet onto the screen. As for testing, we've projected in this room. The pull-down screen is a 100-inch screen. At about 2.70 meters, roughly where the camera is now, it gives us about 85 to 90 inches. And it's true that in the dark, well, it looks pretty good, it has acceptable quality. I noticed the contrast is a bit low, even though it has 1,000,000 to 1. The contrast looks a little faint to me. It's also true that it doesn't have a lot of brightness compared to other similar ones I've tried, but still the quality is quite acceptable, very sharp. The focus is manual. During installation, you can use the remote to adjust focus using the plus or minus buttons. And I was waiting and thinking it wasn't focusing, but it was manual, which makes sense. Just follow the steps. Register if you want to log in with your account to access the different platforms. And, well, it has a very simple interface where you can see the images with everything you need to configure our applications, to set up the wallpapers, Bluetooth settings, auto keystone settings, and everything you're going to see. And honestly, it's very easy to use. And the good thing is that since it has Bluetooth connectivity, we can also connect external sound to it. In this case, I connected a speaker and it works really well. There's not much delay and it does a perfect job projecting sound. It's true that when I opened the blinds and turned on the light, the projection was a bit affected. Obviously, it gets quite dimmed. You can still see it, and that actually surprised me because with many others, you can't see anything at all. But anyway, let's keep in mind that this is an affordable projector and it's 500 American National Standards Institute lumens. And as I mentioned about the Bluetooth and the speaker, well, it's a 3-watt speaker, which is more than enough to hear things clearly. It's true that we don't have deep bass and we don't have very crisp highs. It's a bit shrill when you're listening. Certain music, or does it depend on what kind of playback we're doing? And we can't adjust the audio gain balance either, nor do we have many functions for projection, etc. As I mentioned, it's an Android system with a customizable interface. The streaming apps are pre-installed and we can adjust the language and background. It already comes with several pre-installed, both animated and static. We can adjust the network, Wi-Fi, and more from the settings. Everything is very intuitive, very simple, as I said, very visual, and with a pretty simple aesthetic. And well, have you seen that in the tests? It behaves the way I mentioned, correctly, acceptably. We're considering a budget-friendly projector that costs €139. You can likely find a seller who offers it slightly cheaper on Amazon or AliExpress. But a €100 projector that has full high-definition quality, that's very lightweight, that's very compact, a projector that will meet the basic needs to watch our movies, our series, our YouTube videos on a wall or on the ceiling. The truth is, it's very, very comfortable to have this gimbal with this remarkable tilt. Plus, it comes with Android 13. With it, we can download a bunch of apps and have our entire ecosystem from our phone and also be able to project it onto the screen. Those are positive points. And well, it's also within the right price range. But if I had to mention something negative, as I mentioned, it ended up being made of plastic materials, not of very high quality. The remote left a bit to be desired for me. It works well and responds quite properly, but, well, we have a very, very, very basic, very simple remote with infrared. Regarding the audio, as evidenced in the test, it's somewhat limited. While it sounds good and clear, you can't expect much more from it. A device that costs just over €100, which is very good, and I recommend it if you don't want to spend a lot of money. And for your kids, for yourselves, for traveling, for having it at home. For certain situations, you're not going to set up a television. Obviously, because of the color depth, the vibrancy, the contrast, and many other features that a television will have compared to a projector. Always and never. That's all about this Infi Q8 or Venus Uno, whatever you want to call it. It's true that I haven't been able to find their official website on the internet. I had to look it up on other sites. Marketplace, which we'll also leave for you in the description. If we have any promotional code, of course we'll leave it there, included, so you can take advantage of it. And I'd like to read all your comments, your suggestions, your opinions, your point of view, and would you buy it or not? And are you willing to spend a little over €100 to have a projector at home and be able to watch movies in grab? That's all for today. Thank you for being there. Leave your like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to support the channel and not miss any of our reviews. As always, thank you, and we'll see you in the next TechGround episode. See you soon.